Tubers, family and friends, just out on this beautiful day, walking around. My beautiful queen.
Hello.
And my little prince, Prince Leonardo.
Okay. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi to the. Say hi. He don't care. He's so tired now. I'm
Yeah, I
going
know.
to bring him up there.
Okay.
To change him. Okay?
Bye. See you
Say
later.
bye-bye. Say bye bye.
See you later. See you
And
later.
guess what? Oh my God.
See you later. See you later. Bye. High five. High five. High five.
And also, I have something to tell you. When I bring him inside the store,
Yeah.
then he just pointing to the refrigerator and say, "Mommy, mommy, the water, the water."
Yeah,
I said,
yeah.
"What that other words before? Before the water."
His brain thinks faster than his
Yeah.
lips can speak the words.
It's so crazy.
Yeah, I know that's what his deal is.
I'm just wondering what words is that
Yeah, I know.
before the water. Bye bye.
Bye. See you later. See you later.
Say bye bye, daddy.
Bye bye.
Bye bye to daddy.
Bye. See you later.
Say bye bye. He's mad to you for
Bye.
something.
Bye.
He's so.
Very stubborn.
Let's go.
Okay, tubers. Well, yeah, I just heard today. My wife told me, and just heard from the neighborhood information system that I guess what's going on with the weather is that I don't know if it's El Nino, or what it is, but the next 3-4 months supposed to be like perfectly clear skies. We'll see, I guess. But when I first came to Philippines, that's what all the Filipino neighbors were telling me here, that it's usually the dry season starts February. Well, today's February 15th, so I was always waiting for that, but I would never see it the last 6-7 years. Honest to God, it's been complete rain, wind and rain, torrential, hardly any sun at all until the last week of March. But this year, I guess it's El Nino. But this year, it's been beautiful. I mean, it's been November, December, January was mostly cloudy, but not lots of rain. Maybe like half the days had rain. Not like years before where every day we were getting torrential rains. So, yeah, good luck to predict what's going on, but way different this year, and I'm loving it. And the last 6 years, the northern state of Luzon, and like I say, this is thousands of miles from the southern island of Mindanao to the northern island of Luzon, right? There's a couple smaller islands, what do they call the Benyatis, or there's maybe a half dozen tiny small islands above Luzon close to Taiwan that the Marcos administration has signed military cooperation contracts with the U.S. to put new U.S. military bases there, which in my opinion is a real wrong move. But we're gonna see, and that's because China was making all those coral islands and militarizing them in the territorial waters of the Philippines. So the Philippines and China have been disputing over these areas for years and years, right? And with Duterte, the previous president, they made several concessions back and forth, and he kind of wanted to remain friends mostly with China. But Marcos, as soon as he got in there, didn't want nothing to do with China and went with, giving the U.S. military a bunch of land contracts where they could build more bases. So, they're just fanning the flames of disaster, as far as I'm concerned. Any bases, when you're putting a base of military in another country, that's occupation. That's what it's called. I mean, whether it's that country's being bribed with money or whatever it is, that's an absolute occupation. So the U.S. has hundreds of bases throughout the world. So they occupy, just like Britain did back in the day. Same deal. Colonialism, controlling puppet governments with lots of free money, fake free money called the US dollar that they just print as freely as they want in any denomination and any amount in the billions and billions, and hand it out to all these countries so they can occupy their countries, right? This is what's going on. It's been going on for a long time. So, I mean, I'm all for alliances, but only in time of war should your military be in another country to help. And I think we are in World War III. It just hasn't been officially announced, and it probably won't be until you get that final direct military hits from Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, regulars hitting another nuclear powers, going over their borders, and you get crossfire, right? Instead of these proxy wars that have been going on here for the last few years in Lebanon and Syria and Ukraine now, last 2 years, and all over. I mean, all the superpowers pour their weapons and pour their money into these countries and slaughter the country's citizens, and a lot of innocent people die, and a lot of people get slaughtered. And that's been going on for centuries, right? But now it's worse than it's ever been because the weapons are so terrible, more terrible now than they've ever been in the history of the world. The whole fake money system is worse now than it's ever been in the entire world. So the corruption is worse now than it's ever been in the entire history of the world. It goes on and on and on. So, I mean, we're getting into areas of modifying genetics and DNA of humans, and I mean cloning humans. I mean, this stuff's going on big time, right? You know it is. I mean, these people will stop at nothing. So who knows what's going to be unleashed? I mean, this is just the beginning of it, ladies and gentlemen. And I mean, what the U.S. is doing is they're protecting their system, right? Ever since the end of the World War II, the U.S. emerged the world power, right? Along with the Allies, which at the time an ally was Russia. Russia, Britain, France, U.S., they all fought to destroy Germany, right? So that's what happened. And then the wall in Berlin, they kind of chopped up Germany, cut it in half, and the Russians took eastern half, and the West took the western half. So, I mean, that's just the way it was for how many decades? Until 1989, for the 40s, 1445 until 1989, for over 40 years. And then the same thing, it's been longer than that for Korea, right? North and South Korea, right? And there used to be North and South Vietnam, but Vietnam finally reunited, right? And same thing of why Taiwan, all the people there are Chinese. Almost, there's some indigenous islanders that are natives there from that island, but the majority of the population is Chinese from the Chinese mainland. That is a part of China, period. And same thing, that's Russia's claim, and it's true. Look at the history. If you want to look at the Putin and Tucker interview and do your own research, of course, too. Ukraine is traditionally Russian. I mean, the soldiers, even on the Ukraine side, all speak Russian. I mean, it's the brother against brother kind of deal, right? It's like a civil war. So Ukraine gonna be united with Russia. Taiwan's gonna be reunited with China. South Korea is gonna be reunited with North Korea. It's gonna happen. But the U.S. trying to hold power throughout the world, right? Trying to hold on to their major piece of the pie. And that's why any threat to the U.S. dollar, which that's what happened after World War II, right? The Bretton Woods system, the U.S. dollar is supposed to be as good as gold. So the whole world, Western world system was based upon the U.S. dollar until they took the gold backing off the U.S. dollar, President Nixon, 1971. So it's been just the promise of the U.S. government now on the U.S. dollar ever since then. So 81, 91, 01, 30, 50 years, it's just been free floating fake fiat, and the government just keeps printing more and more into the jillions and jillions of dollars. We don't even know how much has really been created, right? Because it's all lies. All the statistics, all the data, it's all lies. If they just need some more cash, they just print up another jillion to do whatever slaughter or DNA modifying clone projects they got going, or whatever, black ops, whatever, right? That's they have the power to do it, and they do it. But the world's catching on to it. And biblical prophecy, when the 10 kings system arrives, that's going to be the beginning of the end. That's the beginning of the tribulation period. The 10 kings have now, as of January 1st, 2024, arrived on the scene. That's called BRICS, right? The original countries were Brazil, Russia, India, China, and the S is South Africa. Well, that was, that's 5. And 4 more just joined, or 5 more just joined, so now it's 10 nation. It would have been 11, but Argentina backed out. So now, there you go. Biblical prophecy fulfilled. And now you read your Bible. I mean, read Revelations. Once that 10-horned kingdom system comes onto the scene, beginning of the hell on earth. And what, the U.S. is defending their dominant hegemon system that they've had since World War II. Anytime there's ever any kind of a threat to the U.S. dollar, they take it out if they can, right? Just like Gaddafi in Libya several years past, he was uniting all of Africa under a gold denarii, right? He had the gold coins printed, and after 30 years of ruling Libya and the massive oil and gas they have there in Libya, in northern Africa, he had amassed gold and had the plans of a gold-based system, and told even the United Nations what he was going to do. And within a year of telling the United Nations that they're going to break away from the West and go into their own regional system, what happened? The U.S., through their proxy paid mercenaries, went into Libya, overthrew the government. Then they went in with regular troops, overthrew the government, gave a lot of the land to big, huge oil corporations like BP. My old boss, right after that happened, went into Libya to take over some of the fields. So I know it happened. And so they killed Gaddafi, took all his gold, and then put put in a puppet government in Libya. That's what happened. And that's what the U.S. will do every single time that their system is threatened. They'll take them out if they can. And not now with the 10 horn system of the BRICS now on the scene, it's game on. That's why the U.S. knows they're going for broke. They have to. They're forced at this point to fight them. That's why this is all happening. It's all about controlling the money of the world, right? And the whole system's breaking down so fast right now because all these dollars, countries don't need dollars to buy oil anymore, nothing. And the whole system's breaking down. All these dollars are flooding into the U.S., but the Federal Reserve's sucking them all up and destroying them. And inflation's going up so high, it's not even funny. Domestically, right? Because all these tons of dollars are coming home. But it's so hard for the average Joe to get a hold of them. But all the other dollars are going into the stock market. That's why the stock market all-time highs, going through the roof. And that's what happens right before the currency collapses. Every time. Look at Argentina, look at Venezuela, look at Weimar, Germany, Zimbabwe. I mean, it's throughout history. There's so many examples of if you inflate the currency to such a degree, there's a breaking point, and then all asset prices just collapse, absolutely collapse overnight. So you'd be getting way rich if all your money is in stocks and bonds and real estate and all that, all the kind of assets, right up until the time that the currency collapses. When that happens, you become a peasant overnight. All these rich people, all these people that worked their whole lives and were conned into going in the stock market, one day they're going to wake up, they're going to be completely devastated. Everything they worked for their whole lives will be gone. And then what are they going to do? A huge portion of them, 20 to 30% at least, will take a suicide within a couple months because they won't be able to handle it. They won't be able to handle the truth and how deceived they were. So it's a sad deal. It's a really, really sad deal. But we have great hope for those who come to the Philippines, right? God's chosen place where the Garden of Eden once was. And God's first human that he created was created in this country. Used to be, the name was Ophir, way along biblical times. Ophir. And King Solomon sent his ships. It took 3 years round trip to send his fleet of ships through the Red Sea, around the Arabian Peninsula, and eastward to the Philippines. A year and a half to get there, load up all the ships with all the treasures of the Philippines, another year and a half to go back. And all that went right into Israel, King Solomon, right? Into Judea. So, yeah, that's the history. That's Bible history. So, just a warning to everyone. You know, the number one thing, get right with Jesus. Because if you're in a hot spot, if you're at ground zero, which is the U.S., because look at the crosshairs of the world is on the U.S., Britain, and Israel right now. The world hates them. And pretty soon they're going to start slaughtering the Christians there. I mean, even the people in the United States, half of them hate the United States, right? I don't hate the United States. It was wonderful at a time. But that time is gone. That time is gone. It's not the U.S. anymore. It's an absolute communist country. There ain't no doubt in my mind. Just all you have to do is look around and see what's going on. And see where the power is there. It's in the hands of these evil people in high places, right? And these unelected officials in the three-letter agencies, ladies and gentlemen, they really need to be taken out. Otherwise, there's no future, no good future left for the U.S. So it's either take out your evil leaders now, or the foreign powers are gonna do it. And this Pentagon announced today is exponential threat, imminent threat, but don't worry about it. Crazy. And anyways, they want this $95 billion bill to go through, right? Through so they can aid on all these billions of dollars to Ukraine and Israel and Taiwan. And half of that money will probably go to the military industrial complex making more weapons, right? Well, now there's rumors of nukes in space. Probably both the US and Russia have nukes in space, maybe even China. Who knows, right? I mean, at any day here now, folks, honestly, all the prophecies line up. We're imminent. I mean, it's so clear. But you know what? Even if bombs are hitting people's houses, they're going to say, oh, nothing ever happens. It's crazy. But if you have any kind of inkling of, you know, in your soul that says, you know, why am I even here? You know, what's really going on? Ask questions. Start asking questions. Why do I pay my taxes? You know, seriously, start asking and then start researching why, and keep asking others. And don't ever believe others, but, you know, get all the information that you can get. Read the law. That's the best one. Read the laws and read case studies from the Supreme Courts. I've done this my whole life. I know what the truth is now. I'm completely awake. And God told me, get to the Philippines. Come on. Go, get out of it. Even Revelations, it says, get out of the country. Go, get out of that evil. So that's why I'm here. And all I can say, guys, is I'll do whatever I can to help you. If you leave a comment in the description or in the comments. And we got a lot of work here going the next couple weeks. We're going to start our coconut harvest. I'll give you some coconut harvest updates and you know, how we're getting closer and closer to the land here, and getting less and less dependent on the system, because that's the key. Don't support the evil system. Get away from it. I'm not saying the BRIC system with Russia and China is going to be any better. Absolutely not. I'm just saying that God has allowed, because of the grievous blasphemy and sins coming out of the U.S., he's turned his back on them now. The U.S. had their chance. No one in the U.S., even the so-called Christians, God is going to say, I don't know you. Yeah, because of their lives are in the ways of the world. They don't really care about Christ. They don't even hardly believe in God anymore. If someone says you believe in God, they just say, yeah, because they're used to saying it. But they don't even really mean it. That's what's going on. And in Russia, and even in the Muslim countries now, like I reported a couple of days ago, there was 75,000 mosques in Iran 5 years ago. Now there's only 25,000 because they've all converted to Christianity. They're on fire. It's absolutely on fire for Jesus. In Russia and in the Muslim countries, things are changing so fast you don't even realize it. And you don't hear any of this stuff on Fox News or all the bought and paid for media. It's all lies, propaganda. It's unbelievable. But I'm not saying that the Putin system or the Xi Jinping system or any of these other systems, Iran or any of the Muslim systems are any better, because if they don't have Jesus as number one and revere God and fear God like the U.S. used to do in the schools and government buildings, they used to have the 10 Commandments in courthouses. All that's been washed away and taken down and destroyed in the U.S. This is what I mean. This is just one step after another. The good left the U.S. and the evil has come in. That's my point. And that's why this is happening. And I'm just praying for all you in the U.S., because it's going to be a hell on earth. You're ground zero there. And I just pray that you can that God will put upon your heart and give you a right decision on what to do, because you're going to need it. I mean, God will protect you if you're so close to Him, and ask for His help when the stuff really starts hitting the fan. He will protect you. I mean, that's evident throughout Bible history. So don't worry about that so much, but everything is going to change big time. So anyways, I'll let you guys go for now. It's an absolutely gorgeous and beautiful evening here at the Golden Palace. So I hope to hear from you guys and see you here. You can come here with your families. I'll do whatever I can to help you navigate. Boots on the ground guy here. I will dedicate my life to helping others, and if all heck breaks loose, I've already committed to, within my walls of my place here, to help children, all children under age 9. I'll take them in even and care for them best I can if things get that bad here. But I just don't think it's going to get that bad here because of the way the Filipino people are in the rural areas. They're able to live off the land, and they know what poor is. They know what having nothing is like, because they do it every day. And that's another thing, when the pandemonium breaks out in the U.S. with people being so dependent on the system and so spoiled, it's going to be a hell on earth, because people are going to be killing each other for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I mean, I shit you not. That's what's going to happen. I mean, that's common sense, right? So anyway, I'll let you guys go. Take care. I love you guys. Whoa, what do we got here? Hi. Bless. Good job, Papa. So we're just all kind of enjoying the beautiful weather out here this evening. Well, looks like I'm going to have to take care of them little buggers too. Okay, later guys. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.